Hello, this video is about Callfire versus Twilio. I do a lot of lead generation with SEO, and I use a lot of different numbers, and I have used both of these extensively, and there's one that I prefer significantly over others at this point, one over the other significantly, and that is Twilio I prefer significantly. I'm going to show you why in this video. Hi, my name is David Hood, and I do a lot of lead generation. Okay, so I got about 140 numbers in Twilio, and then I've got about 8 pages. There's about 20, a little over 20. Although not all of these are active, and so I'd say I've got about 150-ish in Callfire as well. Now I started with Callfire because it was just when I got started, that's what I used, and it's actually pretty easy to set up. But I have recently switched everything, not switched because I've still got the numbers in here, and so I'm kind of stuck with them, and it's still profitable. But basically, the reason why I switched is that Twilio is significantly less expensive. So if we go to like the pricing here, now I have different pricing just because I've been with Callfire for, I don't know, 5 years, and they've changed their pricing structure significantly. But even with this, I'm going to do some calculations with this. It's still significantly more expensive. So $200, you get 5,500 minutes, right? And numbers are $2.25, which is pretty expensive. While with Twilio, numbers are $1 per month per number. So you're already at two times more expensive there. So this ends up being per minute you're paying about 3.6 cents, while with Twilio you're paying less than a cent. All right, so it's about 4 times more expensive. Let's go to the Twilio pricing. Their pricing is much simpler. Where to go? They just changed this. I had it before, but it's much less expensive. Pay as you go. Crap. Sorry. Programmable voice. I'm not sure that's what we're looking for. Oh, there we go. 85 cents per minute to receive. Okay, and so these are all received calls. So I'm not making any calls with these. And it's much simpler, and the way they have the payment system is actually set up better, which I'm going to talk about. I'll just mention it now. Like with Callfire, you can see right here I've got credits up here. I actually have to go in and manually add the credits. There's no automated system, while with Twilio, when my credits run, like when my funds go below a certain point, it automatically re-ups me. So it's like, okay, great, that's much lower. There actually has been times which I ran out of credits, and I was losing money because these calls were not being forwarded. But actually, it's more than 4 times. That's best case scenario, that it's 4 times more expensive, and that's not even including the phone number here. And that's because, let's say you use, you only use, 4,500 of the minutes, right? You're not using all of the minutes, right? So let's say I think I did 3,800s. If you actually use 3,800, this is actually 6 times the cost. So that's a pretty big difference. As I've scaled up my lead generation business, I mean, this could be $6,000. I mean, this is a lot of money. And so, you don't want to set yourself up to where, when there's not really any advantage. Well, there's a little bit of an advantage. So there's one advantage, I would say, with call forwarding, that it just is a little bit easier and requires a little bit less technical skill to be able to do call forwarding with Callfire. Twilio is a little bit more intended for developers. At the same time, you can go onto YouTube and find like a 2-minute video that shows you how to do the call forwarding. It just is a little bit more roundabout and a little bit more of an additional step. Or you could even train a VA to do it for you if you wanted to. And so that, I'd say it's just like a really, really small advantage. So data gathering. There's a little bit of again, it's a very small amount of advantage in terms of, so I have a lot of numbers, and I want to look at, well, what numbers got what calls over, in 2018, right? And this was difficult kind of with both platforms. Neither one of them supports this really well. I do feel like Callfire's was a little bit better. Twilio does do this, but it's, again, in both cases, it's roundabout, a little bit easier with Callfire. Billing, as I mentioned before, significant advantage to Twilio. So my recommendation is definitely to go with Twilio. I much prefer them. I wish I had started off with them. I'd probably be saving, over, a good amount of money, well into the 4 figures per month if I were just using Twilio. So. Or something on the order of 4 figures. So anyway, if you like this video, please like it or subscribe or subscribe. And if you have any questions, please put a comment below, or maybe the pricing will change if you're watching this at a later date. Let me know if you've got different pricing. Even with the kind of grandfathered pricing that I have, we'll say this real quick, it's still more expensive, significantly more expensive with Callfire. So, and I'm still grandfathered into like 5 or 6 year old pricing. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. Bye.